Over the last few months, there's been a lot of talk about the latest type of screen technology. Hot on the heels of high def and 3D comes 4K, with 4 times the resolution of that new high def TV you've just bought. Well, unsurprisingly, there were a lot of 4K announcements at CES last week, and it was a great opportunity for Ian Hardy to find out where and when 4K might make its presence felt first, if at all.
Flowers, food and festival footage. That can only mean one thing. The newest TV technology is on display and ready for prime time. At least that's what the electronics manufacturers would like consumers to believe. But it's not quite that simple, because without content, a TV is, well, just a big black space. To get the most out of a 4K or ultra high definition TV, as it's also known, the content has to contain 4 times as many pixels as that seen on a traditional HD screen. More pixels mean a better image, and in fact you may have already seen 4K at your local cinema. More and more films are being shot in this format. That's why one company is packaging a giant 84-inch screen and a media server in one to get the ball rolling in the home.
Now, because Sony also owns movie studios, we are uniquely positioned to offer content. For example, with the 84-inch, we're offering a video player. It will come preloaded with 10 blockbuster movies like The Amazing Spider-Man. There's a ton of shorts and independent movies available on it, as well as something we like to call eye candy. You know, really amazing shots of 4K footage. Sony's
new content delivery service won't be up and running until later this year, when they'll reveal more details. But updates might come on a multi-layered Blu-ray data disc that can hold up to 200 gigabytes. Moving native 4K video around is currently not that easy because of the higher file sizes. Today's internet is too slow in most countries to cope, never mind data caps. YouTube has 4K content, but it's only available via their desktop downloader, not the web. Delivery will become easier as bandwidth limits increase and video file sizes get smaller. The ability to cut bit rates in half and slash file sizes dramatically without losing any of the quality is thanks to a new codec that will replace the current one, which is called H.264.
Codec means compression, decompression. It actually squishes the video down to smaller sizes. And with the new codec, it's called HEVC or H.265. It actually can save about 40% of the video size. So you can actually compress it down and get it to your home to deliver 4K content to your home.
There are dozens of screens here at the show playing 4K content. I've seen many of them in person, and of course it's vivid, crisp, very colorful. But if you and I want to create that same 4K content anytime soon, certainly within the next year or so, it might prove to be a little bit of a challenge. One of the most affordable solutions at the moment is the GoPro Hero 3, but there is a caveat. This will only record at 2 frame rates, 12 and 15, far below the 120 frames per second seen in the best quality 4K footage.
There's a little bit of misconception about what this specific mode is intended for. It's not really meant to go out there and shoot everything you want to shoot at 4K. It's for very specific types of content, and time-lapse is a real popular one. We find our users absolutely love using the photo modes for time-lapse.
If you absolutely can't wait for whatever reason to start building a 4K library, then a top-of-the-line DSLR from Canon can do the job at a reasonable 24 frames per second. The EOS 1DC records 4K content onto 2 compact flash cards. Mummies and daddies with $12,000 to spare are delighted apparently, because they no longer have to make the agonizing decision to capture a once-in-a-lifetime moment in either video or photo mode. 4K can produce great photos from individual video frames.
It has been discovered just recently on the still photography side. Some folks have been shooting 24 frames 4K and lifting frames out, and I've been astonished at the resolution, and that they're now able to get the equivalent of a very fast burst and pull out the frame that captures the magic moment of the kiss or whatever.
Photographs looked especially good on a 20-inch 4K tablet which Panasonic says will be produced later this year for business users. As more and more video cameras become available, like this one from JVC, it will get easier to collect memories eventually. But unfortunately for most of us, the technical and financial barriers of downloading, uploading, offloading, or creating native 4K video puts it out of reach in the immediate future. Not that we really need to worry, the 4K TV sets themselves are also priced somewhere between sky high and out of this world.
Ian Hardy. Now, Las Vegas is somewhere that reminds you that this entire planet is an amazing place, full of bizarre sights, sounds and smells. Now, of course, you don't actually have to come here these days to experience the sights. You can just go online and look at them from a satellite or even a street level view. And now Kate Russell has found somewhere where you can experience the sounds too. Thankfully, no one's worked out how to share the smells yet. That might be a bit too scary. Anyway, here's Webscape.
Ever wondered what it sounds like to stand beside a metalworks on the outskirts of Moscow? Or be in a room full of bats at night under an Indian palace? Sound Around You is a research project put together by Salford University that asks people from all over the world to capture a snapshot of sound from wherever they hear something interesting and upload it to a map to create a worldwide soundscape for all to explore. I never realised how fascinating everyday sounds from around the world could be until I started wandering around this map. You could download the audio clips as MP3s if you find something you want to keep. And don't forget to leave a rating if you want to help others find the rare gems. You can record a sound on any device and contribute through the website, or download the free iOS app called iSay to make it really easy. Uploaded sounds can take an hour to process, so you'll have to be patient, but just fill that time exploring the other sounds that are coming in from all over the world. Windows 8 phone owners who like to roll with the beats can download a couple of free apps that put music into the palm of their hands. Free Mixtapes Cloud pulls collections from the community at livemixtapes.com. There are thousands of pre-made mixes available, though they do seem to cater more for the dance music genre. Use the caching feature to download tracks to your handset for listening to offline. The free version is ad-supported with a premium upgrade if you like. If you prefer your beats with an Indian vibe, Gaana.com is one of the leading portals featuring tracks from popular genres in 21 languages, including Hindi, Tamil and Telugu. And this week the site went mobile, launching a suite of free smartphone apps including iOS, Android, BlackBerry and Java. So you can now shake your Bollywood booty to over 1 million tunes on the go.
Kate Russell's Webscape. Now, over the past couple of weeks, we've brought you as much from the Consumer Electronics Show as is polite. Now it's time to rudely squeeze in just a little bit more. Here's some of the cool tech from the show floor that caught Richard Taylor's eye.
Why content yourself with simply watching content when you can properly interact with it? Some interactions got all touchy-feely, multi-touchy-feely as it happens. Other displays are less practical, but definitely, and indeed by definition, way cooler. This technology from Russian startup Display bounces the reflection of a standard tablet screen onto a wall of mist. A Kinect-style camera in the machine picks up your fingers' movements and translates those back to the tablet. But in general, tech and water don't tend to mix too well, which is why some outfits are getting the molecular miracle of nanotechnology to lend a helping hand.
Now here on Click we like to think we bring you a little bit of magic from time to time, but what I'm about to show you is the real deal, and it is quite amazing. I have a tissue here and a tray of water, and when I submerge the tissue in the water, what do you know? It emerges bone dry, not a drop of water on it. Now, the magic at work here is actually on the surface of this tissue, which has been coated with a special nano layer, which is 1,000 times thinner than even one strand of hair. And it's nanotechnology in action, which you can see when I pour the water on here. It is totally water repellent. Enter the LiquiPod. This is the machine that would be found in a retail location, perhaps a shop, and which does the nano coating of all your gadgets. So you'd go in there with your phone, your tablet, any device really that you want to make water safe. You put it in this chamber here. Now the chamber would then fill with this vapor which nano coats your devices. After about half an hour you'd be able to remove it. This is one we did earlier. It feels exactly the same as it did before. All the holes still work in the normal way for charging and for putting your headphones in. And then when you dunk the phone in water, it still works in just the same way. Now the idea here is really for safety more than anything else, rather than things like swimming. After a while the pressure of the water would start breaking down that molecular structure of the nano coating on the device. Will it take off? Well, I think it depends on whether consumers are prepared to pay a big premium for this kind of thing, but one thing's for sure, right here at CES, it's making quite a smash. Tablets are squarely at centre stage of the tech world, and the slabs of black magic are constantly being reinvented. In terms of hardware, if you thought the 7-incher was the new 10-incher, then maybe it's time to think again, as some companies are supersizing their offerings. In terms of applications, they're brimming with potential, not just in the classroom, but in the workplace too.
Richard Taylor, rounding off our coverage of CES 2013. And to find out which of the technologies we've looked at actually make it in the coming year, just keep watching. In the meantime, you can get in touch with us anytime you like. You can tweet us at BBC Click or email us, click@bbc.co.uk. And don't forget, there's more from us every week on our website too, bbc.co.uk/click. That's it for now though. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.